Yes.
All right. Karibuni sana, yet a wonderful day. It's a beautiful Wednesday.
Yes,
Wednesday, 22nd. And today, no two people who are celebrating their birthdays today.
Oh, wow.
Leo ni kama watu wanazaliwa sana, because you don't think this month I've had someone who has had their birthday.
Oh.
Someone I know, November, sijui kama leo ni birthday yako tuambie. Kama leo ni birthday yako tuambie. Because I'm feeling like today we have so many people who are celebrating their birthdays. Otherwise, karibu sana. I hope that you've had a wonderful day yesterday kutoka tuachane, and that you've had a wonderful night. And now we are here, yet another beautiful day. We are here to thank the Lord. We are here to enjoy. And of course, just to be happy in the presence of God. The Bible says that enjoy and rejoice for each and every day that the Lord has given you. Sindio?
Yeah, it's okay.
Now today we're going to be having an amazing show right here. And of course, unajua ikiwa Wednesday inakuanga ni siku ya health. Now, today we're going to be talking about infertility. There's a time we had Dr. Nondi here on this show like a month ago, and hiyo swala ya infertility ikakam up sana, but we were talking about what were you talking about the other time? I think we were talking about hormonal imbalance.
Yes.
It could. The last time alikuwa we were talking about hormonal imbalance, right? Yeah. And people really asked about infertility, so that is what we are going to be talking about. So if you have any question ambayo inahusiana na infertility, you will be able to ask today, and of course Dr. Nondi will be answering you. All right?
Yes.
And then after that, okay, before that tutakuwa tukianza na the daily updates, because you are a Kenyan, and because of that you deserve to know what's happening in your country. Then tutakuwa tukiingia ndani ya Tega Sikio of the day, and then you're going to be having ile sehemu ya health tips.
Yes.
So today tutakuwa tukileta health tips na the one and only Perpetual Nyambura. Then you're going to be getting into the topic of discussion. Of course, we'll be getting the today's inspiration and the beautiful songs of the day. So pia kama uko na song request, pia kwa kituma, and of course our director atakuwa kicheza kama yeye. Tutakuwa hapa from now mpaka 10 in the AM, and I'm sure that you will enjoy the show today. Karibuni sana.
Yes, my name is Sylvia Wanja. Tuandamane pamoja, turauke, tuchangamke na tubarikiwe in this amazing show. Na pia tutaelimishwa kwa wale ambao wako na maswali ya infertility. But for now, because you are a Kenyan, let's get the daily updates and get to know what has been happening in the country.
Na tunaanzia na habari kutoka hapa nchini ya kwamba matokeo ya mtihani wa darasa la 8 yatatangazwa kabla ya sikukuu ya Krismasi mwezi wa Disemba, na kwamba watahiniwa watafahamishwa kuhusu shule watakazojiunga nazo mwaka ujao. Akizungumza huko Msambweni katika kaunti ya Kwale baada ya kushuhudia kufunguliwa kwa container ya mtihani wa kidato cha 4 KCSE, katibu wa elimu Belio Kipsang amesema mtihani wa KCSE utaanzia kusahihishwa punde tu mtihani hiyo itakapokamilika Ijumaa hii, na watahiniwa watapata matokeo kabla ya mwezi Januari mwakani. Kipsang amesema uchunguzi wa kifo cha afisa wa polisi aliyeuawa huko Siaya mitihani ikisafirishwa inaendelea kubainiwa chanzo cha tukio hiyo. Katibu mkuu huyo alisema pia visa 9 dhidi ya walimu wakuu wanaoshukiwa kuhusika na visa vya udanganyifu wa mitihani ya KCSE vinaendelea kuchunguzwa. Na tukisonga mbele ni kwamba waziri wa leba na utunzaji wa jamii Florence Bore amesema kwamba dhuluma dhidi ya watoto zinaongezeka pakubwa katika jamii katika miaka ya majuzi. Na kulingana na waziri Bore, ripoti ya mwaka 2019 kuhusu dhuluma dhidi ya watoto ilibaini kwamba zaidi ya 50% ya watoto wamepitia unyanyasaji wa aina moja au nyingine katika maisha yao. Aidha, waziri alisema kwamba shughuli za kidijitali na mitandao ya kijamii pia zimekuwa tishio kwa usalama na afya za watoto, na kuna haja mikakati ya kudhibiti madhara yake. Waziri Bore alikuwa akiongea katika kituo cha watoto cha kustawi Thika Mashirika kwenye sherehe za kuidhinisha sikukuu ya watoto. Tukisonga mbele katika taarifa za kimataifa ni kwamba watu 15 wengi wao raia waliuawa katika mashambulizi ya wakati mmoja mwishoni mwa wiki mashariki mwa Burkina Faso. Taifa hilo la Afrika Magharibi linahangaikia kukabiliana na uasi wa jihadi uliotokea nchini jirani ya Mali mnamo mwaka wa 2015 na kuacha raia zaidi ya 17,000 na wanajeshi wakiwa wamefariki. Katika vurugu za hivi punde, watu 15 wakiwemo wanajeshi wasaidizi watatu waliuawa Jumamosi iliyopita katika mashambulizi ya wakati mmoja huko Diapaga, mji mkuu uliopo katika jimbo la mashariki la Tapoa. Chanzo cha usalama kilisema jeshi linatekeleza mashambulizi ya kulipiza kisasi. Hayo ndiyo taarifa ambayo tunapata leo ndani ya The Daily Update, and of course for more news utakuwa ukipata pale ndani ya MBCI Radio.
Yes. So, I don't know if you have seen easy TikTok challenges ya countries that are in war. Alafu mtu anasimama mahali, this is the boundary, alafu anaruka the other side, alafu kuna sauti ya vitu kama mabom na nini zinaenda kunini. Yeah. So tega sikio ya leo ni kuhusu a similar situation. It was about two neighboring countries zenye hazikuwa zinaonana eye to eye. They were in war. So in such a way that hadi wako na relations, ati wa collaborate economically, hakuna
nothing.
Nyinyi mkae kivyenyu, sisi tukae kivyetu. Tafuta allies wenyu, sisi tutafute allies wetu.
Okay.
So in one particular country, in one of the countries, there was this daughter. Alikuwa the daughter to a very prominent person. Sawa? Na sasa alikuwa amereziwa up in such a way that alikuwa so spoiled. Anything alikuwa anataka, anapata. Tumpe jina gani?
A spoiled kid. Tumpe jina haijulikani sana.
A very unique name.
Tumpe jina gani, guys?
I mean...
tungetumia roda lakini kuna mtoto tukasirikia by the time tunatoka hapa, so
tumite Ruth. Sawa.
Yeah.
So Ruth alikuwa so spoiled. Akitaka kitu anafanyiwa. Na sasa alikuwa amezoea maisha kupewa kila kitu yenye anataka. So this one particular time, alafu alikuwa anapenda kuexplore, anapenda kwenda adventure, you know. So one particular time akasema anaenda sky gliding. Yenye ni kama parachute, but sasa unaenda high surface, alafu unakimbia, alafu unaruka, alafu sasa inaanza. I think umeziona.
Okay. Yeah. Adrenaline guys.
Yeah, so alikuwa anapenda activities kama hizo bungee jumping, unaruka kutoka kwa cliff, ziplining nini, hizo vitu ndo alikuwa anapenda kufanya sana.
Okay.
So alikuwa anataka kwenda sky gliding. Na alikuwa unajua sasa before uende uwezi enda tu hivyo once. So amekuwa akifanya practice, so ikafika siku yake. Unaona ile amemark kwa calendar, najua on this particular day I am going sky gliding and no one is going to stop me. Sawa? Haya, so hiyo wakati unajua sababu babake ni prominent, kuna watu wako wa kumsaidia, kuna security nini waangalie kama iko sawa. Like it was a whole crew of people to make sure your gliding imeenda sawa kabisa. Haya, siku ikafika, preparations zinafanywa. So alikuwa ameambiwa di route take, ndo watenda kumpick on the other side. So there was another team already kwa location on the other side. Ndo
must be really nice.
Yeah, must be very nice. Kuna team the other side ina mngojea. Ndo the moment tu atashuka tu hivi wamchukue.
Okay.
So some few minutes before sasa a take off, ashavalishwa hadi kila kitu. So ni yetu ku take off na kwenda. Akaambiwa kuna weather forecast imeachiliwa na inasema kutakuwa na very strong winds. Na sasa juu hiyo kitu ya ku glide nayo ina affect your na wind, akaambiwa let's do this, let's postpone it for now, utaenda next time.
Okay.
Akaambiwa nimekuwa nikipractice for how long? 3 months. Mama nilikuwa na practice 3 months ndio wind kidogo inishtue.
I am able to do this.
Ninaenda. Sawa?
If bad.
I am going. I don't know what you're telling me ati sijui wind nini. Mwambie si mko hapa sitakuwa peke yangu, si ndio? Kitu yote kienda wrong sinaweza nini? Tunaenda. Haya. Na nini countdown ikafanywa, akaruka. The moment ameruka, wind ikakuja. A very strong wind. Alafu kumbuke hakutoka peke yake, alitoka na watu. Lakini hiyo wind ilipata nini yake, hiyo kitu yake ya kuglide nayo. So ikamzungusha ikamtupa. The team wenye wako kwa ground wanajaribu kutafuta kwenye ameenda hawampati. Wenye walikuwa na yeye kwa hewa wanajaribu kufuatana kwenye ametupwa hawamuoni. Kumbuka aliacha simu, aliacha nini, hakuna venye wanaweza mcontact. Hiyo kitu alikuwa na glide nayo ilikuwa imekuwa GPS, lakini I think due to the wind wakapoteza signal yake. Mtoto wa mtu prominent Ruth amepotea. Haya. Sasa Ruth naye kwenye alianguka ako unconscious. Kuamka anajipata katikati ya miti.
I know like what's happening.
Ako katikati ya miti, anaweza kulienda aje. Ndio akakumbuka I was paragliding, alafu mambo happen, upepo nini, na alikuwa warned, akaangukia huko. Sio wakati tunaanza kusema woi,
nilikuwa
nimeambiwa. Shida yangu ni gani sasa? So amejishikilia tu kwa mti. Alafu it was like a forest. Alafu kumbuka huyu ni Ruth, she's spoiled. Hajai kuwa kwa forest peke yake, hajui hata kujifanyia vitu. Ndio yeye ako in the middle of nowhere, hajui kwenye yako. Hana simu yake,
so haizi contact anyone.
Na hiyo tema kwa juu ya mti, hajui ni aje atashuka.
So akaanguka alikuwa juu ya mti.
Alikuwa juu ya mti katikati ya mamiti. Kumbuka ameanguka kwa forest. So ako kwa katikati ya miti. Amepanic. Anasema sasa nitafanya nini? Watajua kwenye niko. Sasa hiyo wakati anashout, anaitana, anajambia labda kuna wanyama, nitaitana wanyama wakuje. So akakaa hapo. Akaona giza inaanza kuingia. Na ako kwa forest. Kasema hata kama sijui cha inafaa kufanya hapa, itabidi nishuke mti, otherwise nitakuwa kwa shida. Giza ikinipata kwa hii forest, who knows what will happen to me. Akashuka mti tu pole pole, ile anaenda kiumianga kwa sababu hata mti hajaipanda. This is the first experience.
Hata ana skills.
Ana skills, hata kushuka anashuka tu kama mtu hana skills. Anadumba la mimi. Anafanya nini? Alafu hajazoezi mambo. Ruth akashuka. Sasa kwanza kuna vigate. Hana simu, hana kitu yote, ni kwanza kuangalia sani na set wapi, wacha twende huko tuone kama tutapata any help. Sasa as she's walking towards that particular direction and anaona sunset, anasikia kuna kelele. Sawa ya watu wakichant. Watu wakinini? Watu wakichant. Sasa si ni panic. She's in panic mode. Nani hao wana chant wakienda wapi? Tuko katikati ya forest. What are they doing in the forest? So chenye alifanya so unajua venye kwa forest watu kipitia certain path kuna kuangana kanjia, but seti ni the official road, but kuna
ni watu tu
wametembea sana, wametengeneza barabara hakuna hapo. So alikuwa kwako kapath. Akona hapa ni kubaya. So akaingia nyuma ya bush. Jo alikuwa anasikia hizo chants zinamkaribia tu. Akaingia nyuma ya bush. So kuchungulia akaona ni military walikuwa wanafanya training. So walikuwa wanafanya tizi yao ya jioni ndo warudi kwa camp yao. So wakangoja. Sasa akawasikia temenye wamepita, anawasikilia mbali, akatokea akasema that was close. So nje yenye ninaenda sijapotea sana. Nikienda hivi nitana nitoke mahali at least kuna civilization, siku katikati ya forest. So akawafuata. The moment anawafuata akasikia ameshuka kutoka nyuma. Kuangalia ni the person mwenye alikuwa in charge ya hiyo platoon. Hizo ma groups za military. So mwenye alikuwa in charge, the sergeant sasa. Kumbe alikuwa nyuma yao. Na sasa nani hakuwa anajua Ruth. So akamshika. Akamwambia unafanya nini huko? Mwambie wewe kwanza wewe ni wa wapi, toa identification. Anasema sina. Toa simu sina. Unaitwa nani? Akasema jina yake. Mwambie okay sawa. Umetoka country gani? Akasema. Akaambiwa unajua kwenye huko? Mwambie si nimewaambia chenye imehappen. Mimi nimekwambia chenye imehappen. I was gliding, nikabebwa na upepo, nikaanguka kwa mti mahali. Sasa ndo nimeamka. Mwambie unajua kwenye huko? Mwambie are you sure you don't know where you are?
Sasa nitajuaje?
Okay. Kamwambia sawa. Mwambie sasa uko kwa the neighboring country.
Ile country yenye
hawapatanagi mahali. And we know examples of such countries. Kwenye kama wewe ni nationality wa country nyingine utakipata ukikuja country yetu. Jua that's enmity yenye imekuwa created. Akaambiwa uko kwa hiyo country. ako unanicheza.
Yeah, jokes.
Unanipima. Jokes. Akaambiwa yes. Akamwambia usijali, wewe pigie tu mzazi wangu, mimi ni mtoto wa mtu prominent, atanikujia niende home.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Okay, wewe ni mtoto wa mtu prominent.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo wamekutuma as a spy, si ndio? Msichana kwa boss, mimi si spy.
Sivyo ndo nilikuwa nasema.
Sivyo ndo nilikuwa ninajaribu kusema. Chenye ninasema ni ilikuwa kimakosa, lakini ukipigia watu wetu neza rudi. Kumbuka ameingia kwa hii country hako amepanga, hana visa, hana anything. So the most probable reason itapeanwa ni alikuwa sneak into the country as a spy.
Yeah.
Kumbuka ni country zenye ziko na vita.
Beef.
We anajaribu kujiexplain. Si hivyo. Chenye ninakwambia ni ukweli. Nilienda paragliding, nikabebwa na upepo, nikakuja kutupwa huku. Hata naenda nikuonyeshe kwenye hiyo nini iko. Kumbuka winds bado ziliendelea, so ikabeba hiyo kitu ya ku paraglide. So hakuna evidence ya kuonyesha ni ukweli aliparaglide hadi hapo alafu akapotea. Kaambiwa wewe ni mtu prominent. Basi acha tuone kama utakuwa kwa news. Kuna story mahali. Timu yote imeweka hiyo story chini ya maji isijulikane mtoto wa mtu prominent amepotea. Kwa hivyo haiko mahali popote kwa news, haiko anywhere.
Okay.
Sawa, wanasema tu watamtafuta tu chini ya maji hadi wampate. Juu kwa akili yao hawaoni anaweza kuwa ameenda, you know, that far, like
yes.
Lazima ako close
somewhere
by,
around.
So this sergeant akamwambia aje, wewe
unatucheza
utakipata.
Yeah.
Mwambie twende tu. Venye tu ulikuwa twende tunaenda na wewe. But sasa the sergeant hakumpeleka kwa barracks, alimpeleka kwa quarters zenye alikuwa anakaa. Hata most of the time alikuwa anashinda kwa barracks. Okay. So akawa anazitumia. Unajua the sergeants wanapengwa a place to stay apart from the camping barracks site. Yeah, the camping site. So akampeleka hapo na akamwambia usijaribu kutoka kwa nyumba. If you know what's good for you, usijaribu kutoka kwa hii nyumba. Do the moment utatoka watu wasikie accent yao si yako si yao. Hey, hata
mimi sitakusaidia.
I won't help you there. Hapo kitakumania peke yako. But I want to dig and find out the truth. Kama ni ukweli wewe ni spy ama chenye unasema ni ukweli. Kamwambia ukae hapa na usijaribu kutoka. Sawa? Sasa Ruth atatoka aende wapi? Anajua survival skills.
Wapi?
Anajua kupotea ni nini?
Baby girl.
Baby girl anajua hizo vitu zote.
Nothing.
So lazima tu akae kwenye aliambiwa akae. So the sergeant akafanya kazi the whole day, akarudi kwenda kumwangalia akimpelekeaga food. Akamwambia nimealert the head kwa hiyo military base na amesema utakuwa transported kwa the capital city ndo you can have a hearing ndo uweze kuprove what you say. Hey, msichana akamwambia wewe wacha jokes Ruth. Sasa akamwambia acha jokes. Mwambie mni transport kwa capital city. Already unafikiria mimi ni spy. Do you think I will make it kwa hiyo capital city? Ama hata katikati gari itakuwa raided waniwe wakifikiria mimi nimeenda kuspy. Kamwambia hapana usijali, I trust the government. They will take good care of you. Utafika vizuri and you'll have a fair hearing. Akamwambia mimi heri basi unulie hapa. Badala niende kuliwa huko,
nilie tu hapa.
Story yangu ishe, mtumie wazazi nini mwili, hiyo story ishe. Mimi siendi all the way to the capital city for me to go get killed there. Like that was how intense hiyo war ilikuwa between those two countries.
Okay.
Like the moment watu watasikia, you know how we talk about xenophobia in South Africa, like that strong hate for the white people. It was exactly the same. Like atusikiki unatokea country nyingine.
The problem is when mtoto wa a senior person.
Exactly, that makes it worse.
So it makes it worse.
It makes it 100 times worse.
Uko sure wewe like
do you think I'll make it to the other side?
Yeah.
Sasa kamwambia wewe itabidi tu uchill na utrust the government. Sawa? Watakukujia kesho saa ngapi? Saa 9. Kwa hivyo usijaribu kusonga. Na akatoka kaenda the sergeant. Ruth amebaki kwa nyumba. Ako panic mode. Will even make it to that city yenye wananiambia I'll go get justice served. Hey, anajua hata namba ya mtu.
Yani hata ajui namba ya mtu.
Umezoea kuishi in a cocoon. How will you know how things operate out here? Hata ushiki namba ya mtu juu kuna assistant meshinanga na simu yako. Mwambie wewe call dad. Anapiga na kupea simu. Wewe call mom. Shika. Calls nani? Mwambie nasikia kukula, anaorder chakula analetewa. Nasikia kukula, wanaingia kwa gari anapelekwa kwa restaurant, ashabukiwa kila kitu like hajazoea kufanya anything. So, akiwa tu akingoja sasa akujiwe hiyo 3. Hiyo wakati ameambiwa kitu 9. So, ameketi tu kwa nyumba akijiuliza aje, Lord. Kutenda aje sasa? What will happen to me now? Haya, akatoka nje hadi kwa hiyo ako ka compound akazunguka. So akitembea akasikia akategwa na kitu. So kwa barracks kuna kwenye walikuwa wametengeneza an underground passage penye pia walikuwa wanaeka food storage zao. Sawa? So temali bump into something, akaifunua. Akapata kuna mahali anaweza ingia. Alafu sasa akafungua. Kuingia akapata ni chakula, ni mali ya storage ya chakula, nini, some two weapons, akaingia. Akafunga na
akajifungia sasa.
Akajifungia hapo ndani. So sergeant akakuja na the head of the military na hiyo nini nilikuwa escort kwa the city.
Kufika
wanatafuta msichana,
nada. Nothing.
Wakazunguka haoni. Sasa the sergeant akakumbuka from what alikuwa ameona from Ruth, si mtu like physically fit, anaweza pigana ama anaweza kimbia, anaweza potea. So alikuwa akaambia watu the other officers hajaenda mbali. So tujaribu kudisperse, tuone kama tutampata, acha mimi nitabaki nikizunguka. Akazunguka, wakaenda sasa kila mtu anamtafuta. So this sergeant ndo atume everyone aende, alikuwa ameona hiyo nini imefunuliwa. So the moment kila mtu ameenda amedisperse, akafunua. Akafunua tu hiyo kitu ya juu, akamwambia aje, najua uko hapo ndani, toka saizi, toka. Najua uko hapo ndani, toka. Haya, akatoka. Akapanda tu vizuri. Akaulizwa, si nilikwambia unakujiwa? Mbona ulijificha? Mwambie because I knew my fate. Ukisema unanipeleka huko na mimi ninakwambia ukweli, ukisema ni kunipeleka huko, wataenda kuniua. Mbona nikae tu hapo hivi nikiuliwa and I can do something to save myself? Akaambiwa, hey, really? That is the reason why uliingia kwa banka kujificha? Ati hata ulijuaje iko hapa? Ati mimi nilitegwa tu na kitu, nikaiona, nikajua this is the only way to save myself. The sergeant akamwangalia akamwambia, for some weird reason, for some crazy reason, I believe you. So,
for real,
I believe you. And so because I had not even provided them with a name, I had not provided them with any information about you, I will help you sneak back to your country.
Okay.
So, I will help you sneak back to your country. Kumwambia, for real, umeniamini? Like ni nini nimefanya ikuprove like ati I am worth at least saving. Akamwambia, I understand the war that has been happening between our two countries. And na feel ni kama as much as nilikuwa na kupeana in the hands of the government ndo akupeleke wakusafirisha vizuri, I'm not in control of the people around venye wata react. And if anything were to happen to you na ulitoka kwa mikono yangu and I didn't help you, itani umiza. Sawa? I'll blame myself. Alafu the fact that you mentioned your when ni mtoto wa mtu prominent, that makes you a target. Sawa kwenye utaenda, that makes you an even bigger target than anyone else. So I will help you get back to your country. Na akangoja masaa tu ya jioni, akienda na platoon yake, sasa alimvalisha disguise.
So amevaa kama military.
So amevaa kama military, alafu unajua kuna wenye wanavaa gadi wanajifunika uso, wanavaa miwani nini hivyo. So akamdisguise hivyo. Temenye walikuwa naenda kupiga tizi venye wanakimbianga kwa, kumbe hapo kwenye tu alianguka. Unaona sasa direction alikuwa anaenda, the opposite direction,
so the other side.
But sasa the opposite direction ingekuwa mbaya kwa sababu kumbuka kuna guards kwa hiyo nini wana watch. But sasa aliingia deep into the country, the neighboring country, but la kurudi hivi. Sawa. So place alianguka like some 500 meters ndo ilikuwa boundary ya kurudi country yao. So akaenda tu nao, ni kama tu anapiga tizi nini. Chama alifika hapo, akamwambia sasa we want to create a distraction. Uko na 10 minutes. Unajua mbio? Tika hivi sitaikimbia. Unajua mbio? Uko na 10 minutes. Distraction.
Be gone.
Window period yako ni ya 10 minutes. Kama utakuwa umepotea in 10 minutes, sasa hapo siko.
Yeah.
Sawa sawa? So 10 minutes. Umefanya warm up, uko ready? Akisijui kimbia. Uko ready?
Yes sir.
The moment utasikia tumeachilia, unajua anachapanga zile tizi wakipiga kelele nini like wakichant na sasa nguvu nini, sometimes wanaachilia manini bunduki maraba bullets kwa hewa kwa sasa we want to create a distraction and itaenda for only 10 minutes. Sawa sawa? So in those 10 minutes akondoka window period yako, make sure umekimbia the moment tu umepatana na unajua kuna kuangana hiyo part ya no man's land before ufike the other country. So alikuwa na 10 minutes za kukimbia kwa hiyo no man's land. Alafu at the same place hiyo no man's land kuna landmines. But sasa zilikuwa zimemakiwa X. Kwa hivyo alikuwa anaambia usikimbie straight. Kwenye unaona kumemakiwa X una avoid. Kwenye unaona kume hivyo. So unakimbia hivi lakini unakimbia in 10 minutes na ufike kwenye unaenda otherwise. Kamba we give you 10 minutes. Akamwambia the moment utasikia tumechilivi nini bullet ya kwanza kimbia. Sawa sawa? And they did that. They created a distraction. Wakaanza kuimba, wakaanza kuchant. So the guards when walikuwa na watch hiyo country your boundary waka join in. Unajua sasa hawa ni wasee wetu like wamekuja kuchant na nini. So wakawa join wanaimba. So waka at least a clear opening. Wakaachilia the first rubber bullet. So ni Ruth mbio.
Very fast.
Mbio. Mtu ajekimbia maisha yake yote. Everything has been handed to her. But she had to do that for survival. Akakimbia akiona pati imemakiwa X ana avoid hivyo akakimbia na akafika the other side.
Nice.
And the moment alifika aka receiviwa kwa sababu umetoka wapi mwambie nini alafu the fact that alikuwa mtoto wa mtu prominent
so anajulikana,
alimuona tu na after months wewe ni nani akasema jina yake akaangalia sasa na unakaa familia wewe ni mtoto wa so and so in the government nini ako yes kumbe hao. Sasa tumekuwa tukitafuta ulikuwa wapi, hata hizi mention alikuwa neighboring country. Nilikuwa tumepotea mahali kwa hii forest ndio nilikuwa najaribu ku find my way. Akachukuliwa akarudishwa nyumbani. Sawa?
Good news that one, at least imeisha vizuri. Okay.
But now what are you picking from this story? What are you picking from this legacy?
Now, let's do this. You guys tell us, what have you learned from that Tegasikio?
Exactly.
So for you, umelan nini kwa hiyo Tegasikio? We'll be coming right back. We get to know what you've learned, but also we'll be giving you our lessons. So as we come back, we'll be coming back with our guest of the day, and it's Dr. Nundi, and we're talking today about infertility. So if you have any questions about infertility, this is your chance. Uliza, and you'll be able to answer you. So we're going to give you some promos just to show you what exactly happens here. Na tuonesha vipindi zenye tuko nazo huko because we have amazing shows on MBCI TV. So we're getting into that, then we'll be coming right back. Tutumie feedback yako katika 0721105105238814 or MBCI TV Facebook page on the comment section, and of course on YouTube MBCI TV official on the YouTube page. Usiende mbali, we'll be coming right back.
It is first a news story, then they are broad.
No, you will not.
You're not in a position maybe to buy some of the basic commodities in the supermarket.
Nobody will.
Gone up.
Weighty and critical underlying issues. We dig deeper, clarify, and unpack. The mid-morning pack.
It doesn't matter what we talk about. At the end of the day, we're still going to depend on the smaller economies of East Africa to supply us with food.
It is incisive, articulate, compelling, and transparent. Every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. with Mangicho Mola and Paul Kagi.
Usimiss kwenda mbinguni. Mabiti na makeki. This is serious.
Doctrines continue to differ.
So let everybody examine their doctrine.
Debates are on the rise.
Sodom, this was the same thing that is happening today.
And the information is plenty.
People go to the wrong sources expecting to get the right answers.
Amidst all these, what is the truth?
This judgment is not based on sin.
The Bible is clear, and there is an answer for every query. Ask the Ministers of God show every Saturday, 8:30 p.m.
For startups and magnates,
the best way of marketing is by word of mouth. So the best way to encourage word of mouth is proper execution.
Taking risks, that one is inevitable. That is the first initial thing that you need to have.
Join us as we explore the exciting world of entrepreneurship, innovation, and business strategy.
You must do it with many people. You can't do it yourself. So you need to assemble a team that will deliver your vision and take the company to the next level.
Business Plus is your go-to source for expert advice, insider tips, and inspiring success stories.
The only way you can actually be able to solve problems faster is if you encounter many problems, so it becomes easier.
With me, Rachel Kahugu, every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Remember, business is more than meets the eye.
Hi there, my name is Perpetual Nyambura and I love cooking. We all love art and we all love good food.
Yeah, ukiwa na passion ya upishi.
Yes.
Hii inasaidia sana. Kwa sababu kuna watu hupika just for the sake.
Mulo Wetu introduces you to creativity in meal preparation. Don't miss a fresh episode of Mulo Wetu.
Kila Alhamisi 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Marudio yake iko hapa, that is Friday from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. only on MBCI TV.
In a world filled with secrets, betrayals, and unexpected twists, two sisters are about to collide in ways they never imagined, lighting a fire that will shake their lives to the core. And now, there's the old cycle of pain and betrayal. Yet, a new challenge is at hand. Join Hadassah on a journey of redeeming her destiny every Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
The Virtuous Woman Show brings to you authentic stories from all women of all walks of life.
You start going to the bar to watch football.
Yes.
And you started just as going to watch football.
No, I was intentional.
Why do you want to kill these babies? And I'm looking at him and I'm asking, what babies?
Through their experiences, we are able to enlighten and encourage each other.
He strangled me, pushed me to the ground, and the first thing he asked for was my M-Pesa PIN.
He proposed, and that's when I said,
people will come to understanding and knowledge that this one, she's not just a religious woman. She's a called woman.
Catch the Virtuous Woman Show every Sunday from 6 p.m. with Sheila Juma.
Marriage is not a mark of completeness, nor is singlehood a mark of incompleteness. Most people look forward to married life, but when is the right time to start a relationship?
The two shall become one, isn't it? A man should not do this, a woman should not do this, I would say, unless it is a function. These others can be negotiated.
Marriages are meant for us to enjoy and not endure one another.
For better, for worse. That is what we call an affirmative covenant. Are we showing fidelity?
Don't miss the Marriage Classroom to learn more about relationships and marriage.
Relations in a relationship that is not yet in, joined together, you are not in marriage, is a no. It will never be right now, it will never be right tomorrow. It will never be okay, even in the future.
Every Sunday, only on MBCI TV.
Experience a journey of spiritual elevation and immerse yourself in the most uplifting worship moments. Watch the best of worship culmination
every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. It's an awe-inspiring event featuring anointed worshippers and going beyond the studio to connect with young souls eager to embrace the divine presence in educational institutions. Get ready to elevate your spirit and embrace the true essence of worship with Maria Omondi and her incredible team of worshippers.
Are you ready to unlock the secrets behind successful career choices? Join us for an eye-opening journey as we delve deep into the minds of professionals from various career fields.
So what is your take on employment?
I think that employment has been misdefined.
Don't miss the insights and the knowledge that will equip you for your success. Meet the HR every Friday from 8:30 p.m. with Sylvia Wanja. And remember, there is no luck in career, but it's an opportunity meets preparation.
Yo, my people! Kicheko dawa tunakuletea season 3.
Kizungumkuti hiyo sielewi wewe. Aisha.
Nitapumzika.
Coming to you on MBCI TV, this time more interesting and more fun. With new segments like Precious Moments, music of your own choice, na pia maswali moto.
Nikikumbuka nitakwambia.
Join me Precious every Wednesday from 8:30 p.m. Kicheko ni dawa.
Luka mlango wa kwanza mstari wa 37, kwa maana kwa Mungu hakuna lisilowezekana. Jiandae kusikia miujiza itokanayo na nguvu za Mungu. Mambo yasiyoelezeka kisayansi.
Anamfunika na mimi ninamwambia no. She is not going to the mortuary.
Yakionyesha nguvu isiyo ya kawaida.
Eyewitness walinichukua waliniambia hata sikio waliacha hapo chini.
Watu binafsi wakishinda vizingiti kupitia imani. Ungana nami Wilson Kamiti ndani ya Uhalisia kila Jumapili saa 2:30 usiku.
Yeah, we are back and tumerudi kusoma some of the feedbacks ambazo zimekuja kutokana na Tega Sikio of the Day, which has been really amazing. And of course umeona some of the shows that you're having on MBCI TV. Si sema MBCI you get everything. Ukitaka ukulima kuna Kili Shambani, ukitaka biashara kuna Business Plus, ukitaka mambo ya career kuna Meet the HR. Ukitaka tu kucheka, you have fun, uko na stress, Kicheko dawa. Ukitaka watoto wajibambe pale nyumbani wa watch vitu content yenye inawape very good wisdom, Happy Kids, you know, we have everything that you need hapa. So hizo promos ni za kukuonesha tu what are some of the shows that we have and how they are impactful to you, what they offer. Sindio? And I know that you've gotten that. Sasa tumesema we want you to share with us what you've learned from the Tega Sikio of the Day. Nilikuwa hivi, just hoping this lady will go back home well. Yeah, but I'm feeling like I have had several lessons. It's not one, several lessons. I'll share 2 lessons. But before we share the 2 lessons, wacha tuone mambo yako namna gani. Anasema, hello Raushwa. Hi. Anitwa Vicky from Eldoret. Anasema, from the Tega Sikio today, I have learned. So ni nani ameanza kutext hapa katikati? Okay. Anasema, from the Tega Sikio of today, I have learned that in everything God protects us. Sema, thank you so much Sylvia and Kahugo. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend. Imefika kweli. Wednesday shwali. Wednesday ushaanza kusema weekend. Have a wonderful week. Rest of the week. Asante sana. God bless you.
Hapa kuna Shunem anasema good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, November babies ni wengi sana and my name is Shunem and I'm one of them.
Yes. But si leo yake, si ndio?
Anasema ni leo.
Ni leo? Ama ni November
generally. November to January.
Okay. Sawa sawa, happy birthday to you. Yeah, happy birth month to you. Asema #Raushwa.
Yes.
Anasema yeye Milan, obedience is better than sacrifice. Anaitwa Agnes Nduku from Kagundu. Asante Agnes, God bless you.
Thank you. Endelea upande wako.
Anasema good morning Wanja and Kahugu.
Good morning.
Hawa watu wenyewe wanakuitanga Wanja like hi guys.
Where do you know?
Ama ni vile wewe unajiintroduce Sylvia Wanja.
Yeah, that's where they're picking it from.
Wana pick Wanja. Okay.
Yeah.
Na kwanga very tempted kusema the other one.
Ingine.
Yeah, hiyo jina ingine. Yeah, maybe Rode can have this for me. Anasema good morning Wanja and Kahugu. Anasema obedience is to be, I think, to be learned. Anaitwa Flozi kutoka Buruburu. Asante Flozi kutoka Buru.
Yes.
Ama Fozi kutoka Buruburu. Asante sana. God bless you.
Kuna Eric Ndecha anasema good morning everyone.
Good morning.
Have a blessed day and the Tegasikio was very educated.
Asante sana. Anasema praise God sisters.
Praise God.
Great Tegasikio indeed. Anasema that God will make a way where there seems to be no way.
Yes.
Whereby he can use even your enemies to make you reach your destination. Anasema there was an enmity among the two countries, but the military who was expected to attack any intruder helped her out. Another thing is that we should also have the will to do, because jamani. Anasema another thing is that we should always or also have the will to do, because the little girl had to run to reach home. Okay. Yes, anasema have a blessed day full of God's blessings. Anita J kutoka Nyeri. I love what she said, that we should have the will to do what it takes for us to get what we want. That the lady had to be willing to run. Hata kama it was her first time. So you have to be very willing to do and also to engage in new things that you haven't done before. More of taking risks.
Ndo uweze ku achieve what you actually, that is one of the lessons.
Amazing.
You need to learn how to take risks so that you can get, there is no reward without a risk.
True.
True. So it's for you to take that risk when it comes to that opportunity, when it comes to following that goal, when it comes to following that dream. You need to take that risk so that you can get your reward. Otherwise, alitake risk ya kukimbia place ilikuwa imejaa landmine. Mtu ajai kimbia, alafu unaambiwa hata kukimbia na straight line, unakimbia hivi na mazigzag ndio uweze ku evade hizo ma landmines. But alitake hiyo risk na reward yake ni finally aliweza kurudi home and back to safety. So you must be willing to risk so that you can get the reward.
Amazing.
Yes.
Anasema Masilini Minza kutoka Kisumu City. Praise the Lord, loved ones.
Praise the Lord.
Anasema Tegasikio lesson fully learned. Anasema God remains to be my protector. Asante Masilini Minza, na meka zile vitu za God remains to be my protector. Strong. Asante sana Masilini Minza. God bless you.
Kuna
we have from the other side. Okay,
obedience and knowing yourself ni Edith. Milan, obedience and knowing yourself ni Edith from Kanairo.
Okay.
Yes, obedience.
So obedience
aliambiwa usitoke hapa.
Kuna upepo akasema ai, si have been training. Mimi ji. Mnaniambia nini?
Why not? Si ninaenda. Mwambie acha niende. Mnasema upepo nini na nimekuwa nikitrain.
Jokes on who?
Jokes on you. It is good to be obedient.
Be very obedient.
Caleb kutoka LD, kitu nimejifunza hapo ni vizuri kusikiliza, na hiyo ndo ilimsaidia. Aliweza kutake instruction time, aliambiwa ukimbie uko na 10 minutes. Ukisikia tu bullet imeachiliwa
taking instructions. Kama ange delay. Tricks.
Ikiachiliwa tu hivi uko na 10 minutes. Alafu ukumbuke kukimbia avoid kwenye kuna landmines. So alitake instruction,
taking instructions.
Vizuri.
Amazing.
Yes.
Anasema I have learned to always obey, heed to advice, and not to be too quick to act. If you could have just waited a little, okay, to act, if you could have just waited a little. Kama ngengoja tu kidogo. Asema thank God she got such an understanding sergeant who never elevated the enmity between the two countries. So amelan kuobey and to heed to advice and not to be very quick to act. Anasema kama ngengoja tu kidogo during ile temenye aliamua tu kuenda and the winds were coming. Angeamua tu angoje wind ipite alafu
aende.
So never be too quick quick to take any action.
Yeah, be patient enough to wait for the good things to happen. But the good things take time. Yeah. Alafu hata kama alikuwa anataka hiyo adrenaline rush ya kuparaglide, lazima angekuwa patient enough, at least angoje wins and angekuwa na good experience. Sasa hii ilienda kumtupa a different country kwenye alikuwa anaogopa hadi kuface assassination.
It's such an experience.
It is
very risky, but I can imagine vile msichana sasa atakuwa anapeana hiyo story like she's just about to write a book, guys.
That is a whole movie.
That's a whole movie.
Series.
You know?
That
happening to you.
It's
such an experience. Nimalizie na huyu.
Yes.
Anasema anaitwa Esther kutoka Nakuru, Kenland. Anasema praise God loved ones. Anasema #Tegasikio. I have fully learned that I should be very obedient and be able to follow the instructions given. Okay. Asante sana, God bless you, kutoka Kenland.
Na sasa umelearn nini Kahogo?
I had said I had 2 lessons I've learned, but ni kama zimekuwa mingi after, you know, thinking about it and talking about it. So acha nipeane hizo mbili zenye nilikuwa nataka kupeana. I have learned that God can use anyone and God can change the heart of anyone for them or for things to work for you good. That as much as Sergeant alikuwa mpaka willing kumpeana, alikuwa mpaka willing kumweka tu huko na namwambia wewe, I don't even trust you. Ujatumwa huku kama spy. At the end, somehow just God changed his heart. Like ni kama na kutrust,
ni kama na kuamini,
ni kama na kutrust. So mimi mwenyewe nita risk job yangu ni kuweke kama one of the militaries and I help you escape. Of course alikuwa anajiweka at risk ye mwenyewe, but I've also learned that God can use anyone and God can change the heart of anyone for things to work for you good. But also a very big lesson about obedience. Listen. Listen to people, listen to instructions. Just listen and make sure that kila kitu yenye unataka ihappen vizuri ina happen vizuri, because hii mambo ya kufikirianga ati we know everything. And I remember the other time tulikuwa kwa, was it shoot your virtues? Ndio we were saying that when we are younger we feel like anything tunaambiwa ni huyu ananiambia nini,
nani show mimi najua everything,
huyu ananiambia nini. Young blood.
Mimi ndo najua, mimi ndo niko kwa in nini saizi, niko kwa form.
Wewe nyinyi mmezeka, you don't know what I'm doing mambo ya adrenaline. I want to experience this thing. Nikifika the other side nitakuwa nawapea story. But I feel like every time we should know that it's good to listen. And not only the young people, everyone, it's good to listen. Some people wanaona mahali we hauoni. So always listen to other people. Si lazima ufollow kila kitu, gauge what you're going to follow, what you're going to take action, but always have that intentionality. What do you have to say about it? It doesn't cost you anything to listen to opinions za watu. It shouldn't get to you opinions zote, but get to know what do you think about this issue, what do you think about this situation. Alafu mimi mwenyewe ndo najembea, weke yenye umesema dustbin, weke yenye umesema let me pick that.
Who are you again?
So but always learn to listen. It's very important.
Wow. Those lessons are very meaningful.
When you were getting that Tegasikio, what was the inspiration? What was the Lord speaking to your heart?
Kwanza, let's talk about this. Tem Ruth alirudi, she wasn't the same. She went back a different person completely. Through that experience alichange hadi behavior. Venye alikuwa amezoea kufanywa kila kitu, venye alikuwa amezoea everything is just served, alijua sometimes you have to learn how to get these things for yourself. Kwa sababu alikuwa in trouble. Na hakuwa anajua venye atajisaidia. How can you, as in hajui kukimbia, hajui like the basic things, juu amezoea everything
anafanyiwa, soft life.
So by the time alikuwa anarudi, hakurudi the same person. Alirudi home akaanza kuwa responsible, hadi watu wenye wana clean up after anajiuliza kunaenda aje? Ati ameamka akajoga akajichagulia kwa akatengeneza bed akaenda akajiserve breakfast kwani aliona nini? Exactly. But again hange expose kwenye alitoka. So but everyone is like seeing the change. Ako like kwani hiyo siku alipotea kwa forest nini aliona, alipotana na nini, you know. But what I have learned from the story, apart from all the many things that we have mentioned, Pia on the side of the sergeant, you should help someone in need.
Yeah.
It's a very tricky world. It's a very tricky situation whereby mtu anakuja tawana kwambia nisaidie na simu nipigie mtu
and you feel like kila mtu ni mwizi,
you know. Yes. And probably it's actually true. Anataka kucall msee ndo aweze kumkujia kwenye yako, probably amepotea, amepoteza simu, haizi contact, you know. But sasa like we're in a world whereby says ni an individualistic kind of view. Kila mtu akona hiyo perspective. Like every man for himself and God for us, you know. But this sergeant went out of his way to help someone who might potentially be a spy. Juu hakuwa na concrete evidence to prove that this person is actually telling me the truth. But
aliamua kumsaidia.
Alitrust instincts zake na kamsaidia. Putting his job on the line, putting everything on the line. Na akampeleka mtu mwenye anakuwa considered an enemy. Na akamrudisha kwao.
Imagine sasa kama haungetuambia ni nini umelan. And the way we've gotten very good nini from there. Don't be like that.
Asingekosa kuambia. Okay. So that's another lesson to pick from. It had so many lessons to pick from, and I'm really hopeful that hizo zenye zimekuwa shared pia hata wewe utaziimplement kwa life yako. Sawa?
But the world has painted things. And you mesema ya pili, it has really gotten to me that world imepaint vitu as though you're not supposed to help people that you don't know. Ukikutana na mtu tao ananidi usaidizi yako uko like but probably these people really need help. So we need to be able to gauge. Napo ndio the spirit of discernment ina come in. We should really be able to gauge that they really need help. So you should be able to help them. And wewe ni scammer for real, like I know. So you should be able to know ni nani ndio nani ndo nataka na kusaidia. Okay, that's really amazing.
Yes. Na nimelavia situation penye yenye mention the one who mentioned about God can use the people who you think are your enemies to help you. Yeah, that was a very nice lesson.
Okay, that's it. Let's now get into the segment that we are having today. Of course, unajua Wednesday na kwanga ni siku ya health. So we are having that particular segment, health tips. And health tip ya leo tunaongelea kuhusu tikiti maji. Na kama hujui tikiti ni maji ni nini? Ni watermelon. Unajua vile mwelekezi ameniambia tikiti maji for a minute, I was like
tikiti maji?
Tikiti maji. What's that? Nilisikia wapi?
Nikuuliza kwanza swali on that note. Avocado kwa Kiswahili ni?
Ni
umeambiwa.
Sijambiwa. Guys, sijambiwa. No, I was trying to remember parachichi. Kuna mtu I saw another meme that mtu aliulizwa the same question.
Alijibu nini?
Akasema tunaitwa parapanda. So mwenye alikuwa na mreplay akamza ati so you mean Yesu akirudi atakuwa na nini avocado? What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say? Parapanda.
Parachichi, guys. So today we're talking about tikiti maji. And let's get into the health tips so that you are also able to see nini no benefits za watermelon. All right? Tunaletewa na the one and only Perpetual Nyambura. Then of course we'll be coming back for the amazing discussion. Siende mbali.
Leo mtazamaji wangu, katika makala ya Afya Tips tutakuwa tukiangazia faida za tunda la tikiti maji ama ukipenda watermelon. Tunda la mtikiti maji ni moja kati ya matunda muhimu sana katika afya ya mwanadamu kutokana na madini yaliyo ndani yake. Unapokula tikiti maji utafaidi protini, utapata pale calcium, phosphorus, iron, vitamin A, B6 na C, potassium, magnesium, carotene, mafuta, nyuzi ama fiber na madini mengineo. Pia mwili utapata nguvu za kupambana na maradhi na kukuondoa katika hali hatari. Virutubisho vinavyopatikana kwenye tikiti maji ni mahususi kwa ajili ya moyo pamoja na mishipa yake. Hizi ndizo faida za tikiti maji endapo utayala matunda ama kunywa juice yake. Kwanza, huondoa sumu katika mwili. Tikiti maji lina vitamin C ambayo husaidia kuboresha kinga, kuponya majeraha, kukinga uharibifu wa seli, kuboresha afya meno na fizi, na vitamin B6 inayosaidia ubongo kufanya kazi na pia kuibadilisha protini kuwa nishati. Pili, husaidia kupunguza shinikizo la damu. Virutubisho vinavyopatikana kwenye tikiti maji ni mahususi kwa ajili ya moyo pamoja na mishipa yake. Ulaji kwa wingi wa tikiti maji husaidia mzunguko wa damu kwenda vizuri bila matatizo yoyote. Tatu, husafisha figo. Tikiti maji lina uwezo wa kusaidia kuondoa maji yasiyofaa mwilini kupitia mkojo bila ya kufanyiza figo kazi nzito ilivyo kwa kafeini. 4, husaidia kurejesha maji yaliyotoweka mwilini. Asilimia 92 la tunda hili ni maji, ambayo mara nyingi ni chaguo nzuri kwa wagonjwa wenye upungufu wa maji mwilini. Kwa hivyo, njia nyingine ya kuongeza maji mwilini ni kula tikiti maji. 5, husaidia kupunguza unene. Tikiti maji lina kiwango kidogo sana cha kalori, lakini kina kiwango kikubwa cha maji. Hivyo mtu anayetaka kupunguza uzito wa mwili linaweza kumsaidia kwa kula kwa wingi, ambapo atakuwa anajisikia tumbo kujaa lakini bila kuwa ameshiba sana. Hivyo huwa rahisi kwake kujizuia kula vyakula vingine hata kama kutwa nzima na bila kuathirika kiafya. 6, husaidia kudumisha afya ya macho. Tunda hili ni chanzo kizuri cha vitamin, na katika tikiti maji kuna vitamin A inayosaidia kuboresha afya ya macho na pia kuondosha sumu mwilini. 7, husaidia kuponesha vidonda. Tikiti maji husaidia afya ya ngozi kwa kuwa lina vitamin A na C, na vitamin A husaidia katika ukuaji wa tishu za mwili zikiwemo ngozi na nywele, huku vitamin C ikisaidia katika utengenezaji wa collagen mwilini na husaidia kupona haraka kwa tishu zilizo na majeraha ikiwemo ngozi. Husaidia katika mmeng'enyo wa chakula. Tunda hili ni muhimu katika kurekebisha mmeng'enyo wa chakula kwa kuwa lina kiasi kikubwa cha maji na fiber ambazo husaidia kuondoa matatizo ya kukosa choo na kuboresha mmeng'enyo wa chakula tumboni. Kumbuka, tikiti maji si lishe iliyokamilika kuliwa pekee, na si tiba itakayokufanya kupuuza kufuata ushauri wa daktari. Ni vyema kuhakikisha unakula mlo uliokamilika ili kujenga afya bora. Na unapopata matatizo mbalimbali ya kiafya, ni jambo la busara kumwona mtaalamu wa afya kwa ajili ya kutafuta ushauri na kupata tiba iliyo sahihi kwa tatizo ulilo nalo. Tupatane Jumatano ijayo katika makala ya Afya Tips. Jina langu ni Perpetual Nyambura.
Luka mlango wa 1 mstari wa 37, kwa maana kwa Mungu hakuna lisilowezekana. Jiandae kusikia miujiza itokanayo na nguvu za Mungu. Mambo yasiyoelezeka kisayansi.
Anamfunika na mimi ninamwambia no. She is not going to the mortuary.
Yakionyesha nguvu isiyo ya kawaida.
Eyewitness walinichukua, waliniambia hata sikio waliacha hapo chini.
Watu binafsi wakishinda vizingiti kupitia imani. Ungana nami Wilson Kamiti ndani ya Uhalisia kila Jumapili saa 2:30 usiku.
It is first a news story, then they are broad.
No, you will not. It has already shut up. You'll not be in a position maybe to buy some of the basic commodities in the supermarket. Nobody will. Gone up.
Weighty and critical underlying issues. We dig deeper, clarify, and unpack. The mid-morning pack.
It doesn't matter what we talk about. At the end of the day, we're still going to depend on the smaller economies of East Africa to supply us with food.
It is incisive, articulate, compelling, and transparent. Every Wednesday from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. with Mangicho Mola and Paul Kagi.
Usimiss kwenda mbinguni. Madhiti na makeki. This is serious.
Doctrines continue to differ.
So let everybody examine their doctrine.
Debates are on the rise.
Sodom, this was the same thing that is happening today.
And the information is plenty.
People go to the wrong sources expecting to get the right answers.
Amidst all these, what is the truth?
This judgment is not based on sin.
The Bible is clear, and there is an answer for every query. Ask the Ministers of God show every Saturday, 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, so we are back.
Yes.
Na mwelekezi nimeanza kuongeleshwa hapa Chinese. Yeah, we are back after the health tip that we've had, and of course now you know that it's very important. Unajua watu wanafikirianga watermelon, it's more of just a fruit. Sini maji. Sini maji,
there's nothing else to it.
Yeah, so you've seen its health benefits. So make sure unaiongeza kwa diet yako most of the time. Sindo? Now, we don't want to take more time because we had told you guys that today we're having an amazing discussion right here, and we are talking about infertility. These are some of the discussions that people shy away from, and with time I've come to realize that it's okay to talk about such things because they're things that people are going through, and we need to be able to embrace that in your issue and it can be treated. Now today we're having a gynecologist, Aisha Dr. Nundi. We've had him before Marakatha like 3 times, right? Yeah. Like 3 times. So we're very glad to have him today, and we will be talking about that specific condition. So if you have any question ambayo inaandamana na the topic that we're talking about today, just text us katika 0721-105-105, 23814, or MBCI TV Facebook page on the comment section. But also we are live on YouTube, MBCI TV official YouTube page on the comment section. Text us, ask your questions, and we will be sure to reply all your questions. Na sio sisi ni daktari. So Dr. Nundi, karibu sana.
Thank you.
We're very glad to have you today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we want to get into the discussion about infertility.
Yes.
The other time tulikuwa tunaongelea hormonal imbalance, and people are just asking, is it the hormonal imbalance in cause infertility, or what exactly is the cause of infertility? And we've had very many questions coming after, even after that discussion. So we saw it fit for us to have that discussion on air so that people are able to ask the questions.
Okay.
Andais umekuaje?
I'm okay, thank you.
A very long time.
It's been quite a while actually.
Tulikutafuta.
Yeah, I'm here now.
But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, so maybe just tell people where you're located, even as we start, alafu we start off.
Right, so my name is Nundi, Dr. Justus Nundi. I'm a consultant gynecologist obstetrician.
Okay.
We run a clinic in town called Nectar Gyne and Fertility Center. This is located at Assumption Center, 3rd floor. In town Nakuru.
Amazing. So thank you for coming today once again. So we want to talk about infertility. So maybe as we start, what is infertility?
So that's a good question and a good place to start with. Infertility generally, and some people these days call it subfertility. We want to be politically correct in terms of our language. Because there's some stigma associated with infertility. So we like using subfertility. But still infertility is something that we need to be clear about. This inability for a couple, married, living together, basically as a couple, their inability to get a baby or to conceive within 1 year, 12 months. Of regular intercourse.
Within 1 year?
Within 1 year.
Why 1 year?
So 1 year because naturally, this is how science works. When 2 people are healthy, very okay, everything is good, and they try to conceive, the chance of conceiving in a month is something less than 20%. It is not always 100%. But as you continue trying to conceive over a period of time, as you approach 11 months, 12 months, most people, around 90 to 95%, will have conceived. So those, therefore, who are not able to conceive beyond 1 year, then are categorized as infertile or having infertility.
And what are some of the causes of infertility, Dr.
Right, so infertility has broad causes. We have to look at the female and the male. And so if we look at the female, we can categorize causes of infertility. You have to understand how the biology of the human body works in terms of reproduction. And if you allow me, I can draw something here.
Yeah,
to,
go ahead.
Explain it further. Yeah. So the body has, the female body has the reproductive system, and that is what I'm trying to draw here.
Okay. Hey, Zvitwake really tried to draw in school. I think I was just doing, probably, Molimo biology, I promise I was trying. I was really trying. I did my best.
Yes.
Give you all. Hey.
Right. So this is the uterus. And these are the tubes. I hope you can see them.
Yeah.
The tubes, and these are the ovaries.
Okay.
Ovaries are bags of eggs. Yeah. We have the right ovary and the left ovary. So, an egg ideally is supposed to come from the ovary and get into the tube and meet a sperm that has flown all the way and met the egg at some point here. And this is where fertilization takes place.
Okay. So it's supposed to happen at the tube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything, therefore, that interferes with that process causes infertility. So if you look at those things that can interfere with the egg or with this whole physiology, you need to look at how eggs are produced.
Okay.
Eggs are produced from the ovary under signals from the brain. The signals are called hormones. Yeah.
So it's like a command?
Yeah.
Okay.
That go to the ovary, ask that ovary that an egg should be produced from it.
This body.
Yeah, that's how God created it. Yeah. So if you therefore have issues with the hormones, what we were talking about last time, hormonal imbalance, then you have improper signaling happening, and therefore an egg may refuse to come out, or one that may come out is one that is not mature, or one that comes out and doesn't proceed the way it's supposed to proceed. Yeah, so one broad cause of infertility is hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
Yeah, when the hormones are not properly balanced, that can interfere with the signaling. Number two.
Just before that, you've said so the hormones zinaweza zikafanya the egg ikose kukua produced, right?
Yes.
So that means hakuna, like, the ovulation doesn't happen?
Yes, that's one. Ovulation needs to happen, and ovulation happening needs to what is ovulation generally? Ovulation is a process where a mature egg comes from the ovary. This ovary has got thousands of eggs. Not all of them are mature. Yeah, so the one that will need to be fertilized starts preparing way earlier in the cycle when the menses start. So by the time or a patient is reaching around 10 days of the menses, the egg will have matured enough, and in the next few days it comes out through the process called ovulation. Now, all that is controlled by the hormones, very intricately controlled by the hormones, so that if there is any small issue, then that whole process is interfered with.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes whatever is coming out is an immature egg that cannot be fertilized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so on. So therefore, hormonal imbalance is one broad category of causes of infertility. Now, if the hormones are okay, the egg is mature, ovulation has happened, right? And the egg has started flowing.
Yeah.
Then it needs a roadblock here.
So what's a roadblock?
The roadblock there is a blockage of the tube. The tube is blocked.
By what?
Yes, so many things can block the tube. One of the things that commonly block tubes is infections. These infections, if you have heard about patients or people complaining about persistent vaginal discharge that is not treated, sometimes that can become a big thing. It can make the tube get blocked.
Okay.
So when the blockage of the tube happens, it means that the sperm that is supposed to flow and meet the egg cannot meet the egg. Yeah. So that is one next big category of fertility. And the blockage can happen not just because of infection. You can have the tube twisting. Yeah. So when the tube twists, you then will not end up with something that is patent.
So why would the tube twist? Is it what happens for the tube to twist?
Twist, yeah. One of the things that can cause that twisting is when you have a growth around the tube.
Okay.
Yeah, it can press it, it can twist it. Yeah, it can also make it just get blocked.
Okay.
So growths like even ovarian cysts can twist the
tubes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is that. The next big cause of infertility, we are still talking about the female. Yeah. Is, let's say the hormone has done its part, the egg has come out, the tube is open, the sperm has
come there.
Now this baby that is forming cannot stay here. So it comes and stays in the, inside the tube.
Maybe you can just show them what exactly.
Yeah, the egg, the developing fetus or embryo must stay inside here.
Yeah.
Now sometimes it comes in there and finds that there is no big room for it to stay. Yeah. Or the room there is harsh. The environment is harsh, is toxic.
Okay, explained.
Yeah. Yeah, so that can be explained by the, if you have fibroids, for example. Yeah, it's like someone wanting to plant seeds, and the shamba you're going to is so rocky. Yeah, you're trying to plant, and it cannot. Yeah, so that's
easy germinate.
Exactly. Yeah. So that then makes the baby that has been, the embryo that has been formed, not to implant. Yeah.
Okay.
Lastly, there could be, all this could be fine. The hormone has played its part. The tube is okay. The ground is good. But the entrance of the uterus has a problem.
But how is that supposed to affect a baby? I mean, itafika time yake ya kutoka.
Yeah, I know. So it affects the baby. That last category of issues makes people have miscarriages.
Oh, yeah.
So you have the baby forming, but as the baby is forming, mlango inaanza kufunguka.
Before its time.
Before its time.
Okay.
We need to have this door closed for 9 months until delivery. Yeah, so those are broadly the causes.
And so what causes that?
Yeah, so a number of factors, but one of them mainly is just natural causes. Someone is just born with this part not being able to close very well.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have, the good thing is we have treatment for such.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that is among the females.
The female.
Briefly among the males, is the main, it's the same line of thought, particularly hormonal issues that causes the sperms not to mature. And when that happens, then you have immature sperms which cannot fertilize. Anything that causes interference with sperms can be infection, can be growths in the testes, can be injuries, accidents and so on, or even the blockage of the tube that transports sperms from the testes.
For the same reasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that causes infertility. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Now, well, you're talking about nomesema tuite fertility.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, maybe.
We are now getting to use the two terms interchangeably. Yeah.
Why is it that even we don't diverse sana, but why do you feel like infertility, people who are suffering from infertility are getting so much stigma that people are not able to talk about it? Because I've also realized if someone is suffering from infertility, they're not even able to go to hospital. Ni kama wataki kuiongelea. So why is it so? Is it that it's not treatable?
Yeah, there are a number of factors. One of the things that I think in African culture plays a very, very big role. One of the things that happen among Africans, and this is what I've observed, is that when two people come together by marriage or otherwise, it is naturally expected that they should conceive. Yeah. And therefore, if that is not happening, then there's a way the society, in a way, looks at them, which is sometimes very unfortunate. Yeah. And pressure also comes from the relatives, particularly
familia, tunataka mtoto.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You find the in-laws, mother-in-laws have been implicated in this a lot.
Yeah.
There are a lot of pressure being piled on the lady, unfortunately. At this point, I need to clarify that infertility affects men and women equally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not always a problem with the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you find a lot of pressure coming in. So that kind of situation then makes it a little bit difficult to have people really seek treatment. Sometimes when they come, the treatments are not affordable. They're not very easy to come by. Yeah, like treatment of infertility generally is expensive.
Okay. Because for all the causes, specifically because you're dealing with maybe the hormones or something, where is it that expensive?
Generally speaking, a number of times we end up with this.
The blockage.
Yeah, and when there's blockage, you have very few options as a patient. And one of the options you have is called in vitro fertilization, IVF, what we call test tube babies.
Okay.
And that is very expensive at the moment because of the whole process, the medications, because it involves so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask, kama nini moja imeblokiwa, see, then you can work with the other one. If ni right ndio kuna issue, then you can work with the left one.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
That is true. You are very correct. In fact, a number of people are able to conceive just with one tube. Yeah. And you've heard of people who have had ectopic pregnancies. Ectopic pregnancies are pregnancies that decide to remain in the tube instead of getting to implant in the uterus.
So inakuwa implanted kwa the tubes.
Kwa the tubes.
Okay.
Yeah. Fertilization takes place here, but implantation should take place inside the uterus. So sometimes they get, I usually call them pregnancies that zimefika. Yeah, you feel like I've arrived, I've achieved my mission.
Sitaki kusonga tena.
Yeah, so when that happens, we have to, as doctors, come and remove it. The process of removing this pregnancy here means removing this tube.
Hakuna vile inaweza songeshwa tu without.
There are a lot of disadvantages with doing that. If you do that, chances of it recurring is very high.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you remove this tube, essentially that means that the patient has only one tube remaining. Yeah, and they can still conceive with one tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are there any ways of detecting early if you're infertile? Ama tests that you need to take?
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Yes, there are. There are actually, and this is where we are encouraging our patients or everyone generally to move to. You need to have regular, I would call them annual checks, body checks, and especially if you intend to get babies, you need to be aware of how your body system is. And this you can do through certain tests. You can do scanning, ultrasound, just to check and see how the uterus is, and how the ovaries are. Yeah. We can do even more specialized tests to check the tube so that they're open or not. Yeah, we can also look at the hormones just to see how the hormones are. So there are tests, yes, we can do. Even for the man, we can analyze the sperm way earlier before they think of getting babies. Yeah.
So you've heard it's very important at least have the annual checks. So it's just once a year. Once in a year. So it's something you can do. Kweni watu wazuri mwende mtestiwe. I have someone here. I think we can just start reading in because I don't know time inaenda. Time is really running. Anasema, I have learned to always, okay, this is about the tekasikio. So anasema, #topic of discussion. Is it true that if a woman has beards, they don't give birth? And I say, okay, yeah, I've seen you.
Yeah. So, well, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying that is something we need to really investigate further. When there are beards, and I think we talked about this last show, it is appointed to hormonal imbalance. And we talked about hormonal imbalance being a factor in infertility. Yeah. So it's actually not true that they can't give birth because she can still be treated, and if all goes well, she can give birth. She can have children.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kama naweza kumbuka vizuri, said if a lady has beards, it means that the male hormones ni mingi kwa system yake than it should be. Ama?
Yes, the testosterone hormone, which is principally the male hormone, is higher, and that is caused by the the ovary having a lot of interferences, a lot of commands from the brain about the hormones, so they end up producing hormones that are not necessarily important.
Okay.
Wow. And you've talked about hormones, and I was curious about this condition known as polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yeah.
Is it also a factor as to why people get infertility?
Yeah, you're right. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, or what we generally call PCOS, is a hormonal problem. Yeah, where the ovary is producing hormones that are not, in a way that's not coordinated, and you end up with the command that should be coming from the brain and the ovary being distorted. Such cases most of the time present with what is called anovulation. Anovulation means lack of ovulation. Yeah, so there's no mature egg on the 14th day to come out because the hormonal command is not proper. Yeah, so when you have anovulation, there's just no way the sperm will get that egg. It has to come out. So that can be a big factor. In fact, we see it a lot among patients these days. It is on the rise, actually. We're wondering why. One of the things that we think is happening is that science has moved a step further and is able to diagnose it better than the previous years. So we are seeing more cases. We might think there are really more, but it's only that we are able to get them better.
So it was there, it wasn't detected.
That is one thing we think is happening.
Okay, I get you. Anasema, good morning. My question is, I had a miscarriage. Now I have not conceived again, and it's been 1 year since my miscarriage. Inaweza kuwa ime affect my fertility?
Yeah, so it is important for that patient asking to have her checked. We need to know how the whole uterus is, how the ovaries are, and how the tubes are. Yeah, it might not have, the miscarriage may not have affected her in any way in terms of her ability to conceive, but we remember, sometimes it can take long before you are able to conceive after having a miscarriage. And if you look at before your hormones align again and start, giving the right command for ovulation and all that.
Wow. I see we have another on the other side.
Okay, good morning, Raushwa. Why is it that wakati I'm having intercourse in my marriage, I experience pain in the lower abdomen? Please, doctor, help me.
Yeah. Can I listen to that again? Sorry.
Anasema, why is it that wakati I'm having intercourse in my marriage, I experience pain in the lower abdomen? Please, doctor, help me.
Okay. Yeah, so pain during intercourse can be caused by many things. It could mean that there's an infection happening or existing inside the reproductive tract. Or it could also mean that the tissues are not relaxed. Sometimes it can also have psychological correlation. So the best thing I usually tell my patients, when you're having a painful intercourse, come to hospital so that we look at what is actually causing this. It could be just some infection that needs to be treated. It could also be relaxation of the walls of the vaginal wall just to make the lady comfortable. And all these are treatable. So this is a patient I would ask to just seek treatment and evaluation.
And what we consume affect our fertility?
Yes, that is also one other.
Kenye tunakula.
Yes. That is true. So there's some foods that have been shown to affect
this body.
The foods we take, particularly certain oily foods and all that, can affect the hormones. They work at the level of the hormones now. They affect the hormonal imbalance. Balance. That can bring imbalance and then infertility.
So junk
food is not really.
Hi,
so that is true. That is true.
So we should be careful what we eat, not just eat for the sake of.
Exactly.
We need to eat healthy foods.
Please, guys. Mmeanza kutupea stress. Anasema hashtag maybe just what is Mullerian agenesis?
Okay, that is a very interesting question. This is mostly
So can I
from
just
our view.
ask Kenya ameuliza alafu Okay. Anasema hashtag infertility. Morning Sylvia, Rachel and Doc. Anasema naitwa Mary from Nairobi. Please ask the gynecologist if the condition by the name Mullerian agenesis can be detected in the womb, thus bringing forth a baby who is infertile without knowing.
Yes. This is a very important and deep question. It requires a lot of explanation, but I'll attempt to simplify it. Mullerian agenesis, in simple terms, mean that there's a big problem in the development of the uterus, ovaries, tubes, the vaginal tract, and so on. Developmentally in the baby. Yeah, a baby is growing
or the
inside.
baby has a problem with their reproductive system, so it's not mature.
Exactly. The baby in the womb has developed the system, but in a way that is not correct.
But why would that happen?
It happens a lot, interestingly, because the body is such that the way the uterus forms and the way the ovaries form and the tube, they don't just appear leo tushaform hii, kesho tutaform ovary. As the baby is growing, we have a lot of cells migrating and coming and sticking together and starting to form hollow structures and so on. It's like molding process. You know, like a pot is not, you don't get a pot in the hip pot. Clay hiko hapa, shika. So you see someone taking a piece of clay, doing this, so it's like construction work. So if the construction work is such that, let's say this room, you want it this way, but you end up with someone placing blocks in between here. And then later on, you can't even move around it. So in other words, development that is not proper leads us to what we call Mullerian agenesis. And you end up with some people without uterus.
Now, is it just a problem with the way it forms, the formation, or is it something that can be avoided?
Well, sometimes you can't avoid it because it's under command of the body forming, and you may not have a lot of say. But we also know that there's some things that when pregnant women do, you know, there's some things that can affect such kind of processes. Like if you are exposed to some radiations, you're exposed to certain poisons, you are exposed, you're consuming some things that are not desirable, or you've given medicine without, I mean, those that are dangerous to the body. So it interferes with that process. So you end up with some patients not having ovaries. Others not having. I currently have a patient who has absent vagina.
A baby.
A 12-year-old.
So that was during that happened during the formation.
Yes.
So is it treatable?
Some are treatable. Others are not.
Depending on what the issue is.
Of, severity of that anomaly. So therefore, to answer her, I would say we have specialists. There's a subspecialty in obstetrics and gynecology that deals with such. It's called fetal-maternal medicine. So we have them in Kenya. We have colleagues who are doing that. And they're able to detect. They're able to detect some of these things. Some of them can be corrected while the baby is inside, but others may not be corrected. So it all depends on how severe and serious the whole thing is.
Wow. Naona kuna mwingine anauliza about UTIs, if they can cause infertility, but I think you've talked about it, about the blockage of the tube.
So UTIs and STIs, most of the time patients use them interchangeably. They're not the same.
Explain.
UTI is urinary tract infection. It's an infection that affects the urinary system. That happens a lot in many patients, many ladies. Interestingly, most of the time when a lady has UTI, they are quite uncomfortable. They can't go without seeking treatment. So that's a good thing. We seek treatment and it goes.
It's good,
Yeah. Sometimes some STIs don't bring out a lot of discomfort that people will then go to hospital to seek treatment about. They present as just discharge and you're like, this I can ignore, and so on. So the UTI affects the STI affects the sexual and reproductive tract.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones that cause infertility. UTI most of the time does not, unless it is so huge it has become such a big problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is this issue people keep on mentioning that using this birth control can cause infertility. How true is that?
Yeah, so I know there are so many contraceptive methods, yeah, and most of them tend not to cause infertility. What I may say is that they may delay the fertility, some may delay someone's ability to conceive, particularly the hormonal types, but most of them are fairly safe.
Yeah. Okay, but as instructed by the doctor.
As instructed by the doctor.
Usiende kujaribu hiyo mchezo yenu huko. Now, and also when you started, you said that infertility. What was it that you said? That infertility, as you, it happens between a married couple.
Yeah.
Living together. So nyinyi, you should be married. You should be married. In fact, if you're not married, mambo yako ni go get checked before you get there, because you've said it's important. Before you get there, just do a check to make sure that hautaingia into marriage, and then by then sasa ndo unaanza kurealize that I have a certain problem, it should get treated. You can get treated even before. Sawa sawa. So number, we have one question from the other side, then we wind up with that because time is really not together with us.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, nimekuwa na PCOS na napata period yangu regular na sijapata mtoi for 2.5 years.
Okay.
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So anasema amekuwa na PCOS na hajapata period. Period yake ni regular but hajapata mtoi for 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Yeah. Again, the main thing about PCOS is hormonal imbalance. You may have hormones at
what is PCOS?
Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay.
Yeah. PCOS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sasa angesema hivyo, you guys.
Yeah. So the main issue basically is about hormones. You may have regular menses, but your hormones are just not working properly. Yeah. So and again, when that is happening, the main thing that needs to be done is a patient needs to come and we put the patient on treatment. There's good treatment for PCOS for people who want to get pregnant. And I'll advise her to just come so that we, she is sorted in terms of treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people who want to get to know you, or anyone who wants to maybe get your contact so that they're able to get treatment, do you have a number in your Neza Piga, or where exactly is the clinic?
Yeah, so I have numbers that I have shared, I think.
Yeah. So the number is, ni share zote?
Yes.
Ziko sawa?
Yeah.
Hakuna yako hapa yenye watakupigia after this show, because I know you guys, you call immediately. So the numbers are 0720 25 20 41. 07 ndio iko hapo kwa screen, 0720 25 20 41. Then you also have another one, 011 27 92 444. Yeah, it's on your screen. So zitakaa tu hapo. But hata by the time tamaliza kipindi, for the next like 5 minutes zitakuwa hapo kwa screen. So make sure if you want to get to maybe call or ask a question, you can call those numbers and I'm sure utasaidiwa. Also, where is the clinic?
So my clinic is at Assumption Center here in Nakuru Town, 3rd floor. Yeah, Nectar Gyne and Fertility Center.
Nectar Gyne and Fertility Center. Unasema which floor?
3rd floor.
3rd floor. All right, so make sure unaweza enda and go get checked. It's very important. Hata kama bado you're not married, just go get checked regularly. It's very, very important. Others, thank you so much for coming. We've not finished up with the discussion. It's a long discussion, but najua kama uko na any question, you know what you're supposed to do, alafu utakuwa ukijibiwa. Otherwise, that's just it for the conversation that we've had. Thank you so much for joining us. So we'll be going for a short break, then we'll be coming right back so that we can wind up. But of course, unajua sasa tukirudi ni mziki for you to enjoy and just have fun. But let's go for a short break, then we'll be coming right back.
Mm-hmm.